Hey guys, welcome back to another edition of Unleashed Athletics. Man, I got some exciting news for you guys. And I wasn't sure if I was going to do a full episode or not, or just talk to you, let you know where things are at, maybe get excited with me. I don't know. But I have been doing a lot of investigating into podcasting and just trying to make this thing great because getting a lot of great feedback, and now people are calling and they want to be a part of the show and or they want me to come and talk to groups. And thank you for sharing thank you for sharing the podcast. It's because of you that people even know my name or know about this podcast. So I want to say thank you to begin with, because this was just supposed to be for fun. This was a way for me to share my knowledge over the last 20 years of being a baseball coach, an assistant athletic director, an athletic director, and just sharing the experiences, sharing what I've learned so that you would know more. The high school realm, really. And that's where my passion is. My passion is really around high school. And yes, there's a journey before that. And yes, it's important. But where I've learned the most, what I've learned the most is really in those 4 years of high school. And yeah, and I guess that's where I want to start today, in those 4 years of high school. So as I've been talking with people and learning more about podcasting, as much as Unleashed Athletics has been near and dear to my heart, really the idea was unleashing a conversation. Most people that I've talked to that are professionals in the world are telling me that unleashed is hard to find. People aren't using that word when it comes to sports, and I'm not really searchable right now. And so what should be a lot more downloads of watching and listening and sharing aren't really happening because people don't know that this thing's out there yet. And yes, your sharing within your communities has been amazing. There's just a whole nother group of people out there that we need to continue to reach. With some help of a couple different friends, a couple different mentors, they're going to be changing the show. And if you actually look at the graphic that's probably on the podcast that you're watching right now, you'll see that it's no longer Unleashed Athletics. We have renamed the Elevating High School Sports, and that is going to be the name of it. I am going all in on this thing, so elevatinghighschoolsports.com will be claimed. Elevatingsports.com will be claimed. We're going to make this thing as easy as possible for people to find, but I want you to know that the mission isn't going to change. The mission of this podcast is still to continue to have conversations that will allow people to be more informed about the 4 years of high school, maybe the year before, and maybe as you're jumping into college as well. But the idea of it will remain the same. Elevating high school sports so that people can learn. Elevating high school sports is so that people will know what they're searching for. You know, we have already talked about it on this show, but we really want a space where people can ask questions, where people can dive into conversations that aren't always easy. Getting guests on the show that are parents, that are coaches, that are administrators. We got to hear from Dan Rigby, the owner of Win the Day Planner, last week, and we just continue to be, or I continue to be in awe of all the things that are at our fingertips, but people being the number one thing. There is so much to learn when it comes to people. And if we just do our job and listen well, not just assert the first opinion that we hear, but actually engage in critical conversation so that you're well-rounded in your knowledge, I think this is going to be a great place for you. So that's the plan. And from there, the hope is to create an online network where people can start to talk and ask questions, and that can be a part of the next podcast episode. I would love to get to a place where we do an online live sometime and parents can come on or coaches can come on and we can have real conversations in live time and see where it goes. And then from there, my ultimate hope is that we are exploring these opportunities within high schools. so high schools can be evaluated. High schools can have me come in and speak with their coaches about what we're trying to accomplish and how to do it in a better way so that you as parents have a better opportunity in those programs, but more importantly, that open door would look a little bit different. And who knows what God will do from there, but that is the plan. So I would love for you to be on this journey with me. I really would. This journey started with you, and I want it to continue with you. And if you can get the word out that Elevating High School Sports is now the name of the new podcast, I have a friend that is going to be doing all the graphic design work for me to make it look super professional. Right now, I just whip something up so that people see the change and they know what they're getting. But you will see a lot of changes on the horizon. Ultimately, my website that will be released soon will be a place where you can go on there and ask questions or bring up topics that you would love to hear on the podcast. And it'll be a safe space to be able to have some of those conversations and learn more about what Elevating High School Sports is all about. But just wanted to get on here this week. And as much as I wanted to do an episode, I felt like it was really important that I hit the pause button and just tell you what's going on. So that is what is going on. And you are my best resource, just so you know that. So I would love to know if there are coaches that you would want me to interview, coaches that I could learn from, that you could learn from, writers that you think are the very, very best. We still need to get officials on here and have some officials conversation. But if you know people, you're my best network. And I would love to hear from you on who you think would be great interviews for this podcast. As always, I am just so thankful for the community that helped me start this. If you would have asked me back in January, did you think more than 5 people would listen? My answer would have been no. I didn't think anybody would listen. And what I've learned is this is a topic that has engaged people at a high level. And it's a passionate area. That fires me up, to be honest with you. I want people to be passionate about sports, and I want people to be knowledgeable at sports as well. And knowledge comes from learning from others. We can learn so much from the people around us. We just have to be willing to listen. And so thank you. Thank you for making this thing become a reality. Thank you for allowing me to be vulnerable with my voice during this time. And thank you for listening week after week, whether that's on YouTube, whether that's on any of the podcast listening systems that you listen to, iTunes, anywhere else you might be listening. I'm just so overwhelmed and blessed by the number of viewers and listeners that I get on a weekly basis. So thank you so much. Be on the lookout. You should already see the change in iTunes. You should already see the change on Spotify, and you'll see graphics changing probably in the summertime, maybe like the June, July timeframe, and the website will be up in that same time frame as well. But just thankful that you're on this journey with me. As we take our next step, we will step out of Unleashed Athletics and we will step into Elevating High School Sports. And I can't wait to hear what you think about that. And I can't wait for you to continue to be on this journey with me. I get to finish this week by saying it's my turn to go do the work. I got to go do the work so that this podcast is up and running again next week, and we are rushing it again with another great interview. Can't thank you guys enough for your time. That's all I'll say for this week. If you want any more information, please don't hesitate to reach out to me on any of my social media platforms. You can look up Brian Bond and you will get all the information that you need. Thanks so much. And the next time you hear me, you'll be hearing, thanks so much for watching Elevating High School Sports, and look forward to seeing you guys next week. See you soon.